Good afternoon, Mr. Bristow. I'm Denise from Let's literally put online about the real shithole hotels that show all the good bits, and when you get there it's such a disappointment. So where are you currently staying, Mr. Bristow?
Oh, it's such a memorable place. What was it now? Oh, I think it was Bailey's guest house, wasn't it? No, it wasn't even Bailey's, was
Bailey's.
it?
I think
It wasn't
Harvey's.
Harvey's. Yeah.
Have you had a few drinks?
I have, yeah. Yeah, and the place wasn't very memorable for the good reasons anyway.
So would you like to tell me about the place that you're staying?
In 3 words, it's a shithole.
And would you like to say why?
Well, poor old Denise is showing me pictures of how the website had purported it to be, and when you actually...
Was she duped by the pictures?
I think she was, yeah. She read a few reviews and skimmed through the good ones and just booked instead of looking through the bad ones, which reinforced the fact it was tatty and shabby and in a bad neighbourhood.
What were the pictures like when you looked online?
The pictures, I couldn't recognise it from the actual place we were at, to be honest. It could have almost been another hotel or guest house.
And so, would you like to describe your room to us?
Well, the bed was quite small. The mattress was okay-ish, but not great. We had 2 pillows, not 4, so you couldn't even sit up in bed and watch the sort of 14-inch tiny little sort of TV that had terrible signal and really bad sort of reception. So we had to pull the TV really close to us to try and see it without...
Is TV dating back to 1987?
No, probably 1975. No. But it was shit.
And how many channels can you get?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't look because all the TV that was playing in Ireland was shit anyway.
And is it a very religious place, this hotel?
Well, I think it is. I mean, the woman that met us was took into her back little room, which was a tiny little place with a massive ancient sort of antiquated TV with sort of some sort of shitty program about nuns, and it was going on about religion to us, or for God knows how long.
Would you like to describe the wallpaper and decor for us, Andrew?
Well, the wallpaper was, how can we call it? Shit. It was damp. It had little wet patches as you walked in the hallway. So not even the hallway was presentable. You looked in the corners and I think the old lady must have done the decorating herself with the wallpaper, and it was all rippled and baggy. And
religious lady.
The old religious lady, yeah.
Channels.
Yeah. And then it was then we met her husband, which was seemingly okay, but it was a bit like shit on a shoe. You couldn't get rid of him. Once you started chatting to him, you tried to make little inroads in the fact that you'd said all you wanted to say to him.
Leave now.
We need to go, and he'd still be sort of trying to make conversation. So I don't know if his wife had driven him to sort of the nth degree of... Yeah, she must have talked him into... She must have bored him with religion or something.
Now the smell of the establishment, how is that?
Well, the smell, I couldn't really comment on the smell. I didn't find
Always smells a bit dank.
Oh, well, I didn't pick up on that. Maybe it's because I dropped a few on the way in.
So, what have you been doing to hide out during the days away from this hideous hotel that you've been staying?
Well, we walked around. We walked around Dublin and were trying to find things to do. We sort of tiptoed across a few of the homeless people that were standing in doorways. We went into a Burger King trying to keep warm, and the fuckers hadn't even turned the heating on, so that was a bit bleak. We had a burger, and then Denise wanted to use the toilet, but I think there must be so many homeless people around there that she had to go and ask for the security code to get to the toilet. And then we've just been in pubs. We've been thinking, how can we kill another 5?
Big shame in pubs the whole time.
Yeah,
oh no.
Yeah. How can we kill another 5 hours before dinner? You're sort of marching.
We've been to the...
Oh, we went to Dublin Castle. Castle? It wasn't really a castle,
it's not
was
a castle, because I, Andrew, live in Arundel. They have an amazing, impressive castle there. Was it like that?
Well, there's one turret, and the rest of it was like buildings that looked like they'd been put up in like the 1930s. So I wouldn't really call it historic type of castle.
Not like Arundel Castle.
No, paid about 10 or whatever euros to go around a tour, and you saw about 4 or 5 rooms of scantily decorated places, which you walked out of, trying to trick yourself into thinking we're in Ireland having a little visual sightseeing tour, when in reality I walked out, and now we've just come to the conclusion we're saying fucking hell, the room was shit, the weather was shit.
I understand that you went to the Wax Museum. Was it a bit like Madame Tussauds?
Well, maybe about 1% in the fact there was little dummies standing in the corner, and that was.
It didn't look like the people.
Yeah. The wax works. They weren't even wax because you tap them and they're made of plastic or china or something. They weren't really wax. Let's see now. It was like a budget Cornwall village type of little museum type of thing, really, wasn't it?
Londinium.
Yeah. I know that I was going through sort of austere times, but fucking hell. I mean, I think maybe the rug has been well and truly pulled out from underneath them.
There was one good evening though, wasn't there? In the
Diddley pub. Yeah, there's one. Yeah, we had a good laugh.
Where Denise had really terrible food.
Yeah.
But hey, the music was awesome.
The music was good, yeah.
And we did get a little inebriated and have a little bit of a jiggity jig.
We did, and then Denise found a homeless person. Oh no, she wasn't homeless, was she? She was absolutely fucking bladdered outside the front. So Denise decided to have a little cigarette. So she was trying to ponce one off of this vagrant woman standing there, and I went out there to stand with her, and then her equally pissed other half came up and introduced himself about 27 times, and equally asked us 27 times what our name was, and then tried to entice us to go to a nightclub with him. Well, he said he was 50, he looks about 90, so he was either lying or had a very hard life on alcohol and drugs and whatever other things he could have stuffed in his face. So I said to Denise, no, it looked a bad thing. She tried to tell me that we couldn't pick up a taxi from outside the club, so we bedraggled our way for probably about half a mile, and then the bloke was trying to drag me up away from his wife, and I said, we're losing the girls, and he said, no, they're fine. Anyway, I went back to the girls, this bloke fucked off, and then we were left with a pissed woman. So
we fell over.
Sue fell over, yeah. So I
wouldn't leave her.
I said to Denise, I do not want her in our taxi. She's what are we doing here? Denise says, no, I can't leave the poor woman. So she came into our taxi. We went to our room, went back to our place, a nice, lovely palatial mansion it was, and then
with a mouldy bath panel.
Oh yeah, with a mouldy bath panel. Oh, mind you, it did have a toilet in there that you could sort of stick your head over the sink and be in, so you could shit and puke at the same time without moving. Yeah. But
not that we've done that.
Not that we did that.
No.
And so then, she probably went along to her hotel to try and be repatriated with her other half.
Yeah.
So that was a good night up until we met them.
Anyway, Andrew, I don't want to rush you, but the end of the interview has approached, so I'm going to have to say it's a good night from me.
And a good night from her.
Goodbye. Thanks for your interview. Bye.